Hey, some friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm symptomistic, like optimistic, but make it Sims. And this is episode 6 of High School Years, A Rich Legacy, or Rich Legacy High School Years, whichever. And if you aren't unfamiliar with this is just part of my Rags to Riches challenge. The family got rich, and this is like their second generation, so I figured let their kids go to school. And this beautiful sim, her name is Egypt, and she is the middle child, so she's like about halfway through high school, and she has a younger sister, Molly, who you'll see later in the video, who is fully through, well, who is just starting out high school. And yeah, I'm showing that there's a fire drill on, I didn't even know that was something in the game, but like, yeah, there's a fire drill in the rain. Everybody's outside, and I need to change his outfit because, yeah, that's a mess. And actually, since we're talking about him, Egypt is a little attracted to him, so I don't know if something's gonna happen. I think he's a townie from cottage living, and so that's kind of like a different lifestyle than what Egypt is used to, but we'll see how they interact throughout the day. So now that we've gotten some clothes on him, they are getting a little bit of a chance to talk, and it seems like it's going well. I guess that's the positive of this fire drill out in the rain, that they do get a little bit more of a chance to connect. I feel like Egypt hasn't seen him in any of her classes. Oh, they gained a sentiment. So, okay, maybe something interesting will take place here, or at the least they can be friends or they can be cool. I don't know how they've spent quality time, but I guess, they're young and things feel longer than they are, and this fire drill has seemed to brought them together. And it looks like Egypt is finally like making some friends and making some connections. I feel like she struggled a little bit in the beginning in the past few episodes, if any of you saw those. So I'm glad that she is like getting some new friends, or at least acquaintances. I wouldn't say friends so much, but she's getting to know some other Sims. Of course, we have to add our new friends on Social Bunny. And I saw that there's a mod out there that actually turned Social Bunny into Twitter. I was trying to think if that's accurate. Like, I guess it is, because there's no pictures, there's just people talking. And I guess Twitter can be kind of like a small circle. Like, Social Bunny is so much smaller than Simstagram, where I feel like they get like thousands of followers. This is just like literally people listening to your like daily musings. So I guess it's pretty similar, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. And even though Egypt is always like super busy and she doesn't really eat lunch because she like eats a good breakfast at home and she just uses her free period to like study and stuff, I think I'm gonna have her grab some lunch. It is after school, and Molly, the youngest of the Lawrence sisters, is having a little bit of some, I guess she's some sadness. She's feeling like she doesn't have any direction. Even though she is generally a carefree person, she is raised in a home with like lots of ambitious people, and kind of seeing like how her older sisters are doing and like focused on certain things, and her parents are so focused. She's kind of like disappointed that she hasn't found her passion. So she's deciding, like she's just looking through some things on the internet, on her phone, and she's trying to figure out like what could be a good fit for her. And a lot of things just don't seem right. Like she doesn't feel like she's like a cheerleader. She doesn't, like, she feels like cheerleaders are kind of like Little Miss Perfect, and she's just not really into that. She's not gonna join any of the sports teams. So she's like, maybe I can like try to make some money. Maybe like my parents are super passionate about like wealth building and all that stuff. Maybe I can like try some different jobs, and maybe that will be interesting to me. And she's looking at the odd jobs. She's like, I don't want to help anybody hook up their television. I don't, want to be a woohoo time girl. So what really is there to do? And I mean, I guess if she got some more experience with odd jobs, she might have more options. But this doesn't really feel quite right. So ultimately, she thinks she's gonna try to do some influencing. So she does know that like people are interested in her family, and that does kind of give people automatic interest in her. And she does kind of have like her own swag about her. So she's decided to become a influencer. We're gonna pick the 9 to 11 time slot because she's more of a night owl, and we'll just see how it goes. And it looks like there's already stuff for her to do, so I guess she signed on with like a management agency, which is kind of premature for a influencer who is not quite popular, but I guess that's like what happens when your parents have money and you can kind of just try things and see if they work. So her first assignment is to tell a friend about her side hustle, and maybe, why is Billy calling? Okay, maybe they can help her out. She can tell her sisters or her parents, and she can kind of just get some encouragement and kind of get out of her funk. And I think we're going to have her go to the Hijinks Festival just because she seems like she always wants to be out and about anyway. And maybe she's still like making connections with other teens. So I'm just going to have her head over there. She is not the only sister stepping up outside of her like regular day at school. And Egypt is going to start Model UN. So some of you who follow me on Twitter, or maybe I mentioned it here, I don't remember. I talked about like how I wish there was like a Model UN in the game. But it's fine because we create what EA doesn't. So I decided to start a Model UN for Egypt because I just feel like that's the type of thing that she would really enjoy. And she's also still a cheerleader, so she's really padding those extracurricular activities for college. She knows the importance. She wants to be as well-rounded as possible. So we are going to make the age for teens. And this did take me like a little bit to set up, just trying to think about like, should these Sims have certain skill levels, which I did want them to have certain skill levels. Like I'm thinking back, I wasn't personally in Model UN, but I knew people that were, and you had to have like a certain kind of skill set, or at least be interested in that skill set. I wish that I could make it where like you had to be at least like B student. That would have been like more fitting, and I wouldn't be like scrolling through like, does this sim have logic? Does this sim have research and debate skills, or any of that stuff? I wish there was like a mod that let me say like, you could only be in this club if you have at least a B grade in high school. But that's fine. And then I had to figure out like what activities they did, and I had to fake it a little bit because it's The Sims. It doesn't really give me all the options in the world. I feel like they are gonna do some talking, so I wanted to make sure they had some charisma skill. And yeah, I just we'll fast forward to where I actually like have everything lined up. So I zoomed in a little so that you can see everything clear, but there's the description about what this club is, and you can feel free to pause the video and go back if you didn't see it. I didn't really like that it didn't show every skill that was required for this club, but I think I just did charisma and maybe some logic. So they will be practicing research and debate, they will be giving speeches, they will be reading and doing homework and being friendly to each other. Let me know in the comments if you want to see some Model UN activities. And this is what happens when the parents say they're going to have a movie night and somebody can't hang. So Alicia has completely dozed off during this movie night. And Rich finds it hilarious because this is why he sticks to his routine and leaves date nights for the weekends. But, what are you going to do? So I just thought it was cute to share this little Lawrence moment. I can't help but include them in the story a little bit. He's definitely gonna wake her up, even though it is 3:45, and so I'm not sure how they ended up watching a movie this late. But I guess that's what happens when you work hard and then you say you're gonna do certain things. So he woke her up, and he just kind of teased her a little bit, and like they're gonna talk a little bit about maybe slowing down a little bit. But I think it's really difficult for them to figure this out. And honestly, he's also going to tease her because he caught her doing something very interesting and very strange earlier. So I'm going to show you. So earlier, Miss Alicia was out here reliving her youth. So if you guys don't know, before Rich and Alicia ran away to start their lives and be a married couple and build from rags to riches, Alicia was a cheerleader very briefly. She spent time doing that. So I think she is enjoying that Egypt brought home this cheerleading map to practice on. And if you are enjoying all of these antics by the Lawrences, definitely subscribe to my videos, like the videos as well, comment, and let me know what you think, and we can talk about it. I'm Symptomistic, like optimistic, but make it Sims. Talk to you some friends later. Bye.